All right, guys, in this video, we're going to talk about how this basic idea that if a times b equals 0, then either a equals 0 or b equals 0, we're going to talk about why that's such a powerful truth and why this only works with 0. It doesn't work with other numbers. This little property, this thing that seems so small and so insignificant, is actually the thing that lets us solve advanced quadratic equations. This property makes it possible to solve quadratic equations. If not for this, it couldn't be done. So let's look at this statement. This statement is true. Now let's take a look at this statement. Is this a true statement? If a times b equals 12, then either a equals 12 or b equals 12. Of course not, because a could be 3 and b could be 4, or a could be 6 and b could be 2, or a could be, 12 and b could be 1. I mean, there's a million different options. What about this one? If a times b equals 29, does one of those numbers have to be 29? No, it doesn't work for other numbers. That's only true for 0. Why? A could be 14.5 and b could be 2. That's right, there are decimals in this world. This is not just whole numbers anymore for you guys. All right. So now we realize that if two things are multiplied together and they equal 0, then either the first thing equals 0 or the second thing equals 0. In this case, the first thing is a plus b. A plus b is being multiplied by the second thing. The second thing is a minus b. This thing is being multiplied by this thing, and it equals 0. Therefore, either this thing has to equal 0 or this thing has to equal 0. That's only true if this is set equal to 0. What if it was equal to something else? Let's say a plus b, the first thing times the second thing equal 12. You can't then say that one of these has to equal 12. Why? Because a plus b could be 3 and a minus b could be 4. A plus b could be 6, a minus b could be 2. A plus b could be 1 and a minus b might be 12. There's many, many different things. So there's nothing that guarantees a plus b could be 24 and a minus b could be 1/2. There's nothing that guarantees one of these has to be 12. So if two things multiplied together equal something other than 0, you can't say that the first thing or the second thing equal that thing. This only works when you have two things multiplied equaling 0. And that's why when we're solving quadratic equations by factoring, we're always going to try to set one side equal to 0, because that's when you can use this factoring to solve quadratic equations.